Hello and welcome back to another episode of Selling Point. Today I'm just outside taking a little stroll. Thought I'd multitask while we have our little chat today. Topic today is personal rejection reflection. I don't think anybody that's in sales would argue the fact that you're going to have some amount of rejection, depending on what you're selling and where you are, greater than some and less than others. But the thing I want to say to you to start this out is to kind of give you an idea of a rejection that happened to me years ago. Back in the 1970s, the mid-70s, I worked a couple of years as a salesperson for a commercial food brokerage company, and did well enough that I earned a promotion to sales manager, but the sales manager job was in a different location, and so I had to move 300 miles to take that job. And they told me going in that the sales team was really struggling in that particular market, and so I kind of halfway knew what I was dealing with when I went. I got there, and it didn't take me long to find out that the team just really struggled. No esprit de corps, no teamwork, and from my assessment, it kind of boiled down to the fact that the guy that I reported to in that office, who was a VP with the company, he had been making all kinds of excuses for the last couple of years about the sales team and about the struggles that they had, and so he had kind of blamed it on any number of circumstances. So as I got in there and I started working with those guys, found out pretty quickly that my management style gelled with them. I'm pretty positive and pretty enthusiastic type management style, and so we gelled and we made a pretty good team. We rocked along for a couple of years and made some real progress there, and that just seemed to make that VP angry because it was exposing his inadequacy before the change was made there. And so the rift just got wider and wider, and it didn't take me too long after that to realize that my days were numbered in that location, and I needed to do something differently. So I began on the weekends, on my time, began to look around for some things that I could do, and I started to lay the groundwork of what I wanted my next venture to be, because I didn't think I had a whole lot of time, and I was right. He called me in one day out of the clear blue and said, "Doug, you're fired." So I was not totally shocked, but then he shocked me by saying this. He said, "Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go home, and I want you to fill your bathtub full of water. And then I want you to make a fist and stick your fist down in that water and then pull it out real quick. And as long as that hole stays in that water where your hand was, that's how long I'm going to miss you." Now, that is pretty brutal. I hope nothing like that has ever happened to you. First time and only time that ever happened to me in my business life. But the point is that, in sales, we're all going to have rejection. It might be rejection when you're trying to get an appointment. It might be rejection when you're trying to close a sale. But whatever it might be, you're going to have rejection that's going to happen, and probably on a regular basis. Matter of fact, surveys that have been run say that that you're only going to close about 40% of the sales that you propose, and about 70% of the people that you even try to talk to will not give you a meeting or set up an appointment with you. So sales is tough. You've got to be pretty thick-skinned in order to make it in that business. And so the thing to remember is, most people don't want to see you. And you need to realize that, especially if you happen to work for a company where company leads are sparse, and you're in a position to where you have to do a lot of self-generation, and you have to do a lot of creative prospecting. And those are the kind of businesses that I came through over my years. And so you just need to remember that most of the people that you're going to bump into and try to set a meeting with are not going to be willing to do that. They don't want to talk to you. So don't forget the old Chinese proverb of he who see most, sell most. So with that in mind, activity is the key to success and longevity in sales. So the point I want to make today is for you to not waste any emotional energy when you get rejection, regardless of when it happens to you, but to not personalize that and internalize that, because it's normal and it's no reflection on your personal worth. So please don't take it that way. So when somebody rejects you, then simply, instead of walking away with your knuckles dragging the ground, with your head hung down, just be businesslike enough to say, okay, I get it, I understand. But also, sir, I remember that from my experience in business that, some things are going to end up changing over time. So what I'd like to do is, here's my card, and I'd like to, with your permission, to just check back with you every 3 or 4 months and just see if the climate around here has changed any. You may reach a point in time that you do need to talk to me and may desire to do that. And so with your permission, that's what I want to do. So just remember then that rejection is not going to kill you, but you do need to look in the mirror and evaluate what's happening. If it's a lack of success in having appointments, you need to do just like a football quarterback would do. You'll notice at the end of every 3 and out, when the camera pans over to the sideline, that quarterback is sitting there with his iPad and he's watching those game films back over again and reviewing what took place. He's looking for his performance, and he's looking for the performance of his offensive line, and what strategies need to change, or what kind of adjustments need to be made to have more success the next time that they go out. And so do that. Get in the habit of going back and watching those game films and making those little carburetor adjustments, and you'll never reach a point where you'll eliminate all rejection, but you can certainly get to the place to where you reduce it and can have greater success. So use each rejection that you have to help you get better and not bitter. And just remember that a kite rises against the wind. So if this point helped you today, if you liked what you heard, don't forget to go to the website, RobinsonTrainingSolutions.com, and pick up a copy of my book, Sell is Not a 4-Letter Word. And in that book, there are 116 strategies that could be very, very helpful to you. And it's pretty inexpensive, $12. So until next time, have a great week.